Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrade.com. It's Friday, the 26th of January. This is our daily recap. It's been a pretty slow, quiet week in the markets, but there's been tons to do if you were trading names. This has been a very name-specific market for this week. We've done a great job in here of identifying those names early, a lot of times before the market opened and getting on them. You can see here the SPY, while it's up for the week, it hasn't gone very far. We came out of here and we broke into the upside, and we just continue to extend up. You can see volume very low. We're very low on Monday, sorry, Tuesday. Here we are very low again today. We're only 51 million shares with about 20 minutes to go. And we're just kind of holding serve. We put a new all-time high here on the SPY today. For what it's worth, the market here is getting a little hot, a little extended, but that doesn't mean it needs to come in. And when we go into next week, we have a plethora of earnings, and we'll go over that in a minute. So you have this nice move here on the SPY. Uh, we all know about SMCI, by the way. They report on Monday morning. Can't imagine they're going to say anything else that we haven't heard. The Qs here put an all-time high in on Wednesday and have lagged the market a little bit here. The IWM continues to lag the market, can't break out. The diamonds put a new all-time high in here. The financials put a new 52 plus week high in. Energy has woken up a little bit as oil starting to spike a bit as we have news coming out late this afternoon that the Houthis managed to hit a UK oil tanker and it's on fire. We don't know many more details than that, but energy waking up here as well. But really, the focus this week has been on tech other than Boeing. Boeing continues to get beaten down here off this news. Just lots of bad news keeps coming out about them. United now thinking about some of canceling some of their commitments on the Max jets. But really, this week was about tech and big tech, and that's where the money's been. So let's start off with, we'll talk about Baba first. Baba gave a great trades on Monday. On Monday morning, we were all over it. I was over pre-market and on the open. I know I don't like trade. I don't talk about China names. I don't like them, but for a trade, I'll take it. And, nice move there and see if it can hold this gap now. And that one really needs to hold. See how that kind of trades out here as we go into next week. So we had nice moves on that on Boeing. Um, we were watching PayPal this week. For you guys who like PayPal, I love this name going forward, but that shock the world event was absolutely horrible and there was nothing to have there. And then there was Netflix. Netflix has paid the bills week all week. Tuesday, we were in and out of it after hours. We were on Wednesday, we're in it with stock, we're in it with calls, trimmed some, held some through some pain, added to them today, out of them all now. We had a great move on Netflix this week, and you got a new 52-week high here. And the next area to watch is about 580 to me is 600. That one continues to look really strong there. Then you have Microsoft put another new all-time high in this week. It has earnings next week. I think a lot of these names are priced to perfection. You could put Meta into the same boat here. It has earnings next week, new all-time high today, priced to perfection. AMD put a new all-time high in on Thursday, earnings next week, price to perfection. Amazon finally put a new range high and got to 160 today. That has earnings next week. Google put a new all-time high in yesterday. Another one very close to price to perfection. It's going to be tough for earnings this week. Apple remains weak. Apple's been getting beaten up. Now the news of their app store that they're going to have to pay more money out to these apps, and they're just getting beaten up on that. It means companies like Roblox and Bumble and Spotify all really happy about that. And then there's Tesla. Talked a lot about Tesla in the room. Bottom line, it was a stinker of report. The conference call didn't do anything to calm what was going on. If anything, it added to it. And you're now seeing even some of the most bullish bulls out there turning their back on them. Wedbush and Dan Ives just did that recently today. So with that said, Tesla remains in the penalty box. It's on the 180 area of support right now and trying to hold that. I said I think 160 is likely to come on this one in the non too distant future. So with that said, we go into next week. It is the biggest week of earnings for this quarter. It is going to have all the big names and everything that's important. I'll do charts on Thursday. Charts on Sunday, the video for you guys, the members on Sunday as well. Then I'll catch you guys in the room bright and early. Oh, we have one more little thing going on next week, and that is the Fed decision on Wednesday. So stay put there. It's going to be a lot going on next week. And next week, we should hopefully get volume come back in and maybe a little bit better action in the general markets, not just a few individual names.